I just had it in my head that I'm going to do this no matter what it took. It was just chipping away one class at a time, not looking how far away my goal was, but just taking it one step at a time. They say the only way to move a mountain is one rock at a time. So that's what I was doing. And when I was applying for fire departments, every time I got told no, I just refused to take that as an answer, and I applied somewhere else, and I applied somewhere else. And I actually was in the process with Vacaville, got almost to the end. I was in backgrounds, and they said, we're gonna go with somebody else. And they told me no. A couple of years later, I came back. They liked that I was persistent, and they gave me the opportunity. The only person who doesn't get hired with the fire department is the person who stops trying. So if you're lacking in the physical fitness category, just start working at it little by little, and before you know it, with a good diet and consistent exercise, you don't have to kill yourself and work yourself to death, but just doing a little bit every day and getting better a little bit every day, eventually you're gonna move that mountain and you'll be ready. And like I said, here in Vacaville, you don't have to be, a top level athlete. We will get you to where you need to be. So as long as you're trying, we're gonna help you, and we'll get you right where you need to be.
No matter your age, if something comes to your mind and you want to do it, right? And you're thinking, should I try this out? I don't know if I should. You're not going to know unless you try. I always try to tell people, keep going until you can't go anymore. And then when you keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing, stop, take a little mental break, look in the mirror, say, why am I really doing this? And then keep pushing again. Because I think even in my short 9 years, I haven't worked a day in my life. I love my job, I love my career, I love my family, I love my work family. And it's something that you shouldn't shy away from.
I think to be a good firefighter, you need to be dedicated.
Somebody that's driven, that's honest.
We're looking for people that are strong. We're looking for people that can learn.
Definitely need to have both physical and mental stamina.
Hard work, attitude, effort.
Being a team player, being collaborative in your thought process.
It's a job that you really kind of have to go with the flow. At times you have to be very flexible.
Professionalism is huge.
One has to obviously have some sort of compassion.
People who are very service-oriented. They want to be community servants. They want to make a difference.
90% of what we do is going out and dealing with the public on their worst day.
So I always come to every single call and arrive with a bright smile on my face, looking to assist in whatever way I can.
Why is this the greatest job in the world? Well, because you're not in an office every day.
You're walking into the same place, but you're walking into different situations every day.
Today's fire service is all risk mitigation.
Most of our calls are medical related.
As the first arriving crew, we're like bringing the emergency room to the patient.
We do respond to fires of all different types, from rubbish fires to vegetation fires, vehicle fires, structure fires.
There's also water rescue, hazmat events that could take place.
And then there's other calls like vehicle rescues, cliff rescues, trench rescues.
If it's not law enforcement related, oftentimes we're the ones who are called to handle.
When we come on duty, we do a shift change, and the off-going crew pretty much just gives us a run-over of what they did during their time on duty, what calls they went on, stuff we may need to check over in the rig.
As the day begins after the meeting, we do our cleaning and maintenance of the apparatus and the firehouse.
We need to take care of our station because if you have a nice station to live at, you're going to be a happy crew.
We need to sweep and clean bathrooms and kitchens.
Making sure that whatever we're doing in the station, we can drop it and be on that rig and ready to respond within a moment's notice.
We have a meeting every morning. It's called Lineup. I go over all the daily new staffing material that's required of them, and so that they have a plan, organization to their day.
Which includes training, could include some fire inspections or prevention.
We also provide our own meals, so members in the fire station are required to cook quite often.
We figure out who's cooking and then we'll go shopping.
Some person will come up with a plan and everybody else will pitch in and help cook. We try to have some camaraderie too. That means that during lunch we play a game of cards while we're eating or something like that. We try to have fun, but it always comes after everything else.
Staying fit is part of a lifestyle for this job.
I put on my pile of gear that I wear without any specialty tools on the scale, and it came out to 70 pounds.
Every fire station has a gym in it.
We follow a physical fitness program that everyone should participate in.
I keep myself physically fit, and I expect the same from my firefighters. They all, every day, they work out, and I think overall it helps us perform the job safely and efficiently.
In addition to that, while we're here, we try to take care of each other, right? So hydration, nourishment, and also rest is very important.
There's a lot of sleepless nights. Usually we're up running nonstop, so we all sleep when we can.
We are paid, and it is our job to be ready at a moment's notice. And the only way you do that is to train.
We come to the fire station, we train every single day, sometimes 2, 3, 4 hours a day on any aspect you can imagine.
You never stop training, you never stop learning. There's an evolution when it comes to all the knowledge, equipment, technology. We have to stay up on top of it.
Reading the new material that's coming out, the new science that's going on with firefighting and flashovers and down to even medical stuff.
Certainly in the post 9/11 era, it's important that we're trained and adequately prepared to address hazards that are often not seen before.
As a group or a team, we get together and we train so that each person rises up to a level where we can be confident in all of our skills and abilities and perform efficiently.
The fire service being a paramilitary organization, meaning a rank system that involves you coming in at an entry level and having superiors that will guide you through the process of being and becoming a better firefighter.
You don't go all the way to the top if you got a problem. You work through your chain of command from your immediate supervisor on up.
You come in as a firefighter, EMT, or paramedic.
Hello, hi, hello. Welcome to our Cal-JAC Firefighter Career Expo. Today we're here in Livermore, California. That's Northern California for those of you that may be watching from SoCal. Today we're sitting down with multiple different fire departments. We're gonna start out with a fire department from Santa Cruz in just a moment. But before we do that, we want you to know exactly what the expo consists of. So go ahead, check out the line. There's so many people outside. We want you to go ahead and see that. We'll only be on for an hour today, so make sure you stay right here. Don't leave. There's so much information, and so we'll be at this expo until 2 p.m. So if you hear anything that you like, come on down and join us. Also, we want you to know, what is the Expo? What is the Cal-JAC Firefighter Career Expo? Well, it consists of many different components. So we have 25 different fire departments right outside, okay? Right outside, ready to answer your questions. These are fire department recruiters. These are people that have been hired. They're current firefighters of varying ranks. They can share their experience with you. They can answer questions on their hiring process, and so much more. Okay. We also have our Women's Commission. Shout out to the Cal-JAC Women's Commission. They're also in the building today. Phenomenal women, also firefighters of varying ranks throughout the state of California. And they're doing presentations today. We call them day in the life presentations, but it's an opportunity to learn more about the job of firefighting, more about the career. What happens outside of putting out a fire? What else does the job consist of? And so you'll be able to get all those questions answered in that presentation. Excuse me. Also, we have the CPAT course. And so this is the Candidate Physical Ability Test course. This is an opportunity to try out each of the events on the CPAT course, get your hands-on experience, meet our proctors and meet our team, and really see what the CPAT test consists of, because it's a requirement for you to get hired. All right, and so in addition to that, in addition to all of those things, we want you to know this is a family-friendly day. Bring the kiddos on down, come on down, have a good time. We have a KPAT, and this is a kids physical ability test course. And so they'll be able to try their hand at the CPAT as well. And so with that, we have the barbecue, music, there's just so much happening, so we want you to come on down and join us. You're already here, so turn on your notifications, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and encourage them to do the same. All right, so with that, we are going to go ahead and jump into our very first conversation. Stephanie, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, sounds good. I am so happy to have you here today. Welcome.
Thank you.
You were just telling me that you're a probationary firefighter.
I am, yes, ma'am, with Central Fire District of Santa Cruz County. It's kind of a mouthful, but yeah, Central Fire in Santa Cruz, and definitely on my probationary period, about 6 months into it.
Okay.
So very excited to be here.
All right. Well, congratulations on your journey that led you here.
Yeah.
All right. And so we want to talk to you because we know that your fire department is hiring.
Absolutely. We are hiring. We've got 2 openings currently right now.
All right. So 2 openings. All right. And so can you walk us through what your hiring process consists of, maybe from application? Do people have to have all their certs at the time that they apply? What exactly are you looking for? Can you tell us those things?
Absolutely. So basically, we do need to have, you'd have to have your CPAT, your FCCTC written. You also need to have your ALS, your BLS. If you're applying as a firefighter paramedic, you need to have all your certs up to date, all by the time of application. Again, openings are right now. We have an opening for firefighter paramedic, 2 spots. Closing will be the end of April, and we're looking to hire on basically by beginning of fall. So definitely get applications in now. We are hiring all those certs. Again, the FCTC written, the CPAT, your ALS, your BLS need to be up to date, and everything else, just your basic requirements, driver's license and everything simple for a firefighter.
That's coming up really soon.
Very soon. But we will be hiring continuously for the next couple of years. We have a couple retirements, and so we're looking to hire. So if people are just starting off in the job, we are going to be hiring for a couple of years. So
this is good to know. So that currently there's 2 positions open. You all are hiring for a significant amount of time.
Yes, ma'am.
So this gives people time to get their certs in order if they don't have them already.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And can you tell us a bit about your department? Where is Santa Cruz located? What's it like living in Santa Cruz?
We're tucked away a little bit outside of the Bay. We're located in, again, Santa Cruz County, right over 17. We serve a 55 square mile area. We've got about 80,000 residents, but again, tourist area. So we get double that. So almost 200,000 people coming through in our summertime. So we're a very busy little area. We've got everything from your coastline, beautiful beachways, then we got a main highway up into the hillside. So we get a varying amount of things from water rescues, cliff rescues, highway MVAs, your basic medicals, all the way into the wildland, rural areas. So we're a very diverse little county, which is awesome. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And so how about some of the specialties or opportunities that are available at your department? Can you talk about some of those?
Absolutely. We have great specialty programs. We have everything from aquatic rescue teams. Again, we've got that Ocean Way. We've got TRT, so our technical rescue teams, everything from ropes from basic trench rescues to cliffside rescues and everything in between. We also have hazmat specialists. We have fire investigators as well, and they're all incentivized. So everything you get, all the certs, you get paid monthly for having those certifications. So that's a really nice way we promote these. There's a lot of education opportunities within the department to go out and get these certifications and continuing that education.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, so well, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
And so do you participate in any of these specialties, or do you, tell us about that?
Yeah, well, currently I'm on probation, so I'm looking into these certs down the road. I've already been encouraged to look into next year right away to sign up for the ways I can go and develop these certs from a baseline level all the way to becoming a specialist in these. So I'm already being encouraged in that as a probationary firefighter, which is amazing. They're already got allotments out there for pay for us in order to go get these certifications.
I bet you're being pulled in so many different directions.
In such a great way, in such a great educational way, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And so we've talked about, your application process. We've talked about those things. Can you talk to us, because you're a probationary firefighter, I feel like it's only appropriate for the people watching, talk to us a bit about your journey into the fire service and kind of what that was like for you.
Absolutely. Again, one thing about this department that's super special, we have a paid call program. So it's a volunteer program that you're actually paid for, which is kind of ironic, but it was an amazing place for me to start out. I started as an EMT, working on an ambulance, became a paid call for a couple of years, and I was really developed within the department, which was nice. I got a lot of support. I was encouraged to go get certifications, to become to get my 1A license, to start learning how to drive, things like this. So my process into it was very eased into it, which was nice. And I've seen that too as my probationary period. It's been very encouraged. It's a community base. We're a small department. We have 7 stations. So you get to know kind of everyone, but it's enough where you can have different development opportunities within your education, to go get certs, to go, find your avenue, what's best for you. So that's been an amazing part as my probationary experience.
Mm-hmm. And so you took FCTC testing along the way too, right?
I did. Absolutely. I made this drive out to Livermore from Santa Cruz a couple of times. So yes, FCTC written and CPAT and all of those things that kind of get involved with every department around here. Is all those are part of that process. And the nice thing was FCTCs, we had the YouTube videos to kind of lead you up into the CPAT, lots of different opportunities, take written, tests prior to coming in and taking those and getting my scores up and making sure I was ready for that CPAT ahead of time.
Yeah. And so for candidates that are watching that maybe feel like they're a little older, they have a unique situation, maybe they have a family or different things like that, what would you say to them? They want to get into the fire service, they don't know how to go about that part. Any advice for that person?
Absolutely. I mean, for the last couple of years, we've hired a lot. We have tons of probationary firefighters at this time at my department. We have about 10 of them. Oh. And they range in such varying amounts of ages. We've got, everyone from 24, 25, all the way up to 50. So we have a wide variety of ages and a lot of different family situations. So it's one thing to be nice and encouraged within your department. And I think every fire department out here is looking at life experience. It's such a valuable piece of it that we find people from different jobs and backgrounds, and it's great to have that experience coming in, because as we know, firefighters do a little bit of everything from changing a battery to car accidents to, again, structure fires and water rescues. So every experience is a good experience when you're involved with your community. Mm-hmm. And so we love to have that. We love to have the age varying, the different backgrounds and families, that's part of it, dealing with kids.
Incredible.
So, yeah.
And do you all have any events coming up, maybe open houses or anything virtual where people can come out, or how can they go about scheduling a station visit, just to learn more about your agency?
We have a great website, so come check it out, Central Fire District of Santa Cruz County. Just type that into Google, it'll pull it up. Tons of information. We have a great crew, a community risk reduction team that makes a good job of just getting us out and involved with our community. We do have open houses, usually around June and July. Should be coming up here shortly. But again, check out our website. It has all the information you would want to know as a paid call to a probationary firefighter to just learning the hiring process and fire in general. Okay. So check it out. It shows all of our specialties and everything in between.
Okay. Just, it's my first time hearing it.
Yeah.
I know for the people watching, it's their first time too.
Absolutely.
Can we get you to say those things again? We want you to plug the open houses and just everything, and the website. One more time.
So Central Fire District of Santa Cruz County. If you go online, just type that into Google, it should pull up our main website, and it shows all the information, upcoming events. We usually have an open house around in June and July. Again, you can schedule a station visit through our website, calling over to our admin department. We're great. We have people coming by constantly to come check it out. Again, looking up those dates, they'll be popping up here shortly. But again, our website's up and running. It shows all of the steps you need in order to apply for our process.
Okay, all right. Well, shout out to whoever selected you to come in and do this interview today. You've been phenomenal. It's been so fun. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Again, come and apply to us. We're hiring right now, openings right now. So please come and apply. Yeah.
During the pandemic, we know that we couldn't host an in-person Firefighter Career Expo, and so with that, we came up with the idea of spotlighting a specific department, really highlighting the hiring process, the people, their services and specialties, the next time that they're hiring, and candidates could actually ask the questions that they would have asked at an expo.
Welcome to another episode of Recruitment in the Spotlight.
We have room for up to 250 young folks to be a part of our cadet program.
Hello everyone, I am Stella. I am with the Cal-JAC's communications team. I am here with Alameda County. Could you introduce yourself and give us your name, your rank, your department, and how long you've been with us?
Yeah, my name's Firefighter Tony Lopez. I'm a firefighter for the Alameda County Fire Department. Been a member here for this department for the last 9 years.
Very cool. Okay, and so what brought you into the fire service?
What brought me into the fire service? The wanting to do more, to service people, to help, be part of a team. Those are kind of all attributes of being a firefighter. That's what kind of brought me here.
Very cool. Okay, so what were you doing before this?
Before this, I was in marketing, retail marketing. Went through school having no idea about the fire service, no connection to it. Got out of college, got into my marketing job, working in a cubicle. I was working with a team, which was exciting. And there are fun parts of that job, but I felt like I needed more, I wanted more. I wanted to kind of have that sacrifice where I'm helping people.
Do you have any advice for anyone who maybe not in marketing, but is coming from a background that is not fire service related?
Yes, we want people from diverse backgrounds. We want to take those skills, those experiences, knowledge that people have in other industries, bring them here. The more skills, more experiences that we have, the better our organization will become.
And how have your skills from marketing translated over?
My skills, so I felt like the communication aspect of it, the attention to detail, all very transferable skills on a daily basis when I come into work. I'm checking out my equipment thoroughly, even though I know my partner that I'm relieving just did it the day before. But it's that attention to detail that we want to be ready for any situation that may arise so that we can mitigate.
And so you said you've been with Alameda County for 9 years, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, technically, I've been hired as a firefighter for the last 9 years.
Okay.
I was a reserve with our department for 7 years prior to that. So my journey with this department's going on over 15 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the reserve program?
Yeah,
Is
the
this
reserve
program
program's a great entry-level process if you're interested in becoming a firefighter. Even if you don't have your EMT done yet, a paramedic done yet, fire academy's done yet, a reserve program's a great entry foot. The requirements for that, once a month, attend a monthly meeting. There's going to be a couple trainings, experiences that are also required monthly, and also opportunities to volunteer. We have several reserves out here today interacting with the community. They're firefighter hopefuls. They're in the middle of our process as well. I hope to get them hired. But it's a great experience of getting your foot in the door, getting to meet the folks, and hopefully service a department that eventually you'll work for.
So what does a reserve do on their day-to-day?
Reserve starts day-to-day, so it depends on what you're level at. Our department offers 3 different tiers. We have a Reserve Level 1, Reserve Level 2, and what they call a Reserve Online. Once you're on, so let's start 1. 1's brand new. You're just looking to get into the fire service. we want, our arms are open, we want you. Level 2 is once you have a little bit more stuff under the belt. Maybe you're an EMT, but you haven't taken your fire science classes yet. Level 3, our online reserve, it's a level where people come in, they've actually gone through a reserve academy. It's a little kind of a lower level academy, time-wise permitted with a working schedule, with that in mind. But they're able to come in, get ride-alongs in on a regular basis. They get paired up with a crew in our department, and also get to respond to large emergencies where we need additional personnel to show up.
So for anyone who, is ready to start applying now for departments, what makes Alameda County so special? What makes you love your department so much?
I love my department on multiple levels. What makes our department unique is the services that we offer. We're a full-service fire department. We have our heavy rescue program, hazmat program, water rescue. I think I may have said that. We specialize in ALS. On all our engines, we have a paramedic on board to give full service in case of a medical emergency. We have a fuel mitigation crew that we also operate. There's a lot of services offered through the ACFD.
That sounds really cool. There are so many things. I want to ride one of your guys' boats sometime.
Yes.
What about for new firefighters? What makes it a great place for someone who is just starting their career?
Kind of out of day one, coming out of our fire tower, we're already trained to be full-service firefighters. But one day you may be driving on the back of a tiller truck, that back wheel, coolest seats in the firehouse. The next day you may be out in one of our wildland urban face stations where you may be working along with someone who's operating one of our heavy dozers. We also have heavy dozers in our department that go around and those large vegetation fires, kind of fuel mitigation. It's experiences what we could have on a daily basis, day-to-day basis. It's just super unique, great.
Yeah, you were, before we went live, you were mentioning you guys had an out-of-state applicant recently who came for those things, right?
Yes, one of my counterparts, and strangely, he actually Googled the ACFD, found our station number. I was the guy on the phone that he answered. He gave me his name. He said, hey, I'm an applicant from the FDNY, and I want to come work with your department. Can we talk shop? I sat on the phone for about 45 minutes with him, not thinking anything of it. I gave him kind of the knowledge I could over the phone. His test was the next week. He actually walked up to me. I was one of our panelists on our interview panel. He walked up to me, shook hands. I recognized the accent. I was like, are you from New York? He says, yes. And I was like, I think we just spoke on the phone. I wished him luck. Fast forward a year later, he had just graduated from our academy tower, and now he's a full member of our department.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yes.
When are you guys hiring? How often do you guys hire?
We're actually currently hiring right now. Closing date is July 23rd. So minimum requirements to get in: California driver's license, EMT certification from the state or national registry. National registry paramedic is also desirable. If you have that, we'd love to have those skills as well.
So what's maybe a piece of advice you have for candidates that they're not going to find on your social media, which you have a great social media presence as well?
Our candidates, my advice, and I remember being in their shoes at this point, just get out to the fire stations, knock on doors, maybe make a phone call prior to, see if you can come on down. Let them know who you are, that you're interested in becoming a firefighter, that you're in the middle of our testing process. Let them know that you want to be a member here. I'm very happy to take time out of my time to help someone that wants to get their foot in the door. I was in that spot at one point, and it's get out there, talk to the crews, find out what you could do to become a firefighter.
I mean, it sounds like you've already gotten someone in the department just by calling. So, just call a station up, ask for Tony if he's there.
Call Firefighter Tony at Station 35. Be happy to talk to you.
Well, it's been wonderful talking to you, Tony.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'm sure lots of people are excited to apply to
Good luck to our
Alameda.
candidates.
One of the best advice I give is to come in with an open mind, come in as your authentic self, and take each individual person that you encounter as that person.
Some of them that stuck with me going through 2 academies was look at the entire staircase, just take it one step at a time. Another is get really good at amnesia. Each day of academy is just day one of academy. You know, just remembering that, you know, your mind quits faster than your body does. So wherever the mind goes, the body follows.
Before I got hired on, I met with a couple of women in the department who gave me an intro to the culture, you know, different tips for getting through the academy, through probation. But one of the things that they said is reach out to your support network.
If you're not humble in this profession, you will be humbled, right? So I pride myself on just, you know, knowing where I came from and being humble.
Hello everyone, my name is Carl Mickelson. I'm a firefighter EMT representing the San Jose Fire Department. I'm here to answer a few questions for everybody. Hope everybody's doing great out here. We got a good turnout, a lot of people out here, a lot of different departments representing San Jose Fires over there. We brought Engine 3 out here, so we got a rig out here. All right, I'm gonna answer a few questions, okay? So first question, how did you get into the fire service? So, how did I get into fire service? One of my old college teammates, I played football at Fresno State, Division I football. One of my old college teammates, after college, he got into the fire service, and he actually applied to San Jose Fire. He's from Manteca, California, so he applied to San Jose, got hired with San Jose Fire, and after I was done playing football at Fresno State, he asked me, hey, what do you want to do like after football, and like what's your career path you want to choose from? And I actually got my bachelor's in criminology, so I was actually gonna go and become a police officer, and I was gonna go that route, but I kind of had to change of heart. He asked me, hey, did you ever think about the fire service? And I was like, well, I didn't know much about the fire service, so he kind of like educated me on about the fire service, brought me along. I went and did a station visit at his fire station that he was working at, Station 16 in San Jose, did a ride along, and I loved it. Right when I walked through the front doors, I just loved the culture of it. All the people at the San Jose Fire Department were very welcoming. It was just, right when I walked in, it just felt like a family. And it just almost felt like I was on a football team, back on a football team. So, and that's kind of what got me into the fire service. And also too is just, I guess when you're trying to find your purpose in life and what you want to do, you kind of dig deep down inside of, you know, what do you want to do and what do you want to do in this life as you go on with your careers. And you know, the fire service is a really great service. You know, you're here to serve the people, you're here to serve the communities, and the main objective is you're here to help people. So I think deep down inside, I really wanted to help people. And this was a great avenue or a great career to do it. It doesn't even feel like a job or career. It just feels like this was something I was meant to do. You know, you wake up every morning, you know, and I'm excited to go to work. And I show up to San Jose, I show up to my fire station, you know, meeting everybody, meeting new people every day, and just going on calls and be able to serve people on the calls. We go to fires, you know, medical calls, anything you think of. We're here to serve you. We're here to serve the community, and I feel like that was my purpose, and that's how I got into the fire service, because I was trying to find my purpose, and I feel like I found my purpose here is to serve. Let's see else. I got more questions. Hold on, I got more questions. Okay. Question number 2. Why do you love working at your department? Well, I kind of touched up on it a little bit earlier, but I love working at my department because it's a very diverse city. And also the place I work at in the east side of San Jose, it's a very diverse community. It kind of reminds me of the community I grew up in San Diego. So once I went to that station, did ride-alongs, and I've been into that station, and I just loved everything about it. Just the family atmosphere once I got there. And also, crazy, my buddy who I played college football with, shout out Bo Fryer, engineer Fryer actually, we work together now. So we actually went to school together at Fresno State, and we were on the field together at the same time, and now we're working together at San Jose Fire Department at the same station. So that's another reason why I love working there, because you know, one of my ex-teammates works with me, so every day, every shift we come in and we see each other, and it's just great times, and knowing that we're showing up to work and we're showing up to serve. So that's one of the big reasons why I love working at this department, and also the opportunities that San Jose Fire has. We have a bunch of different opportunities that you can be a part of in San Jose Fire. We have the USAR program, we have a hazmat program, we have an ARF program. So there's different avenues that you can do in our department. We're a huge city as far as serving many people in our city, and there's different avenues that you can get into. There's fire prevention. There's just a whole abundance of opportunities that San Jose Fire gives out to the communities. And like I said, it's just a great department to work for, and it's a department that you know that when you're showing up to San Jose, you know you're showing up to work. We run a bunch of calls, a bunch of fires, a bunch of medicals, a bunch of training. We have a whole wide abundance of different things that you can do in our department, very diverse. And also too, the food. The food in San Jose is it's pretty good, especially in the east side of San Jose. We have a bunch of different food areas, diverse food areas. I know I'm talking about food right now, which is going on, but yeah, it's just a huge melting pot of different cultures. Also too, in San Jose, I actually have family in the Bay Area as well, so that's a huge part of why I came up here to San Jose Fire Department, because my mom's side, I have a bunch of family out here in the Bay Area. Let's see. Question 3. All right. Question 3. Is there anything that isn't on your website or written down that candidates should know about your department when applying? Let's see. I like to encourage a lot of the candidates that are getting into the fire service is to, whatever you do now and whatever you do to prepare right now, it's going to help you in the future applying to different fire departments. I could say to get more involved in your community. Go out there and help out the community, get involved with some programs, and just being able to help people. Get out there and get involved. Also too, another thing too is try to find things that will help your resume, but also help you be a better person. For me, when I was going through the fire process, I didn't know much about the fire service, but when I started getting more in tune with the fire service, I started figuring out, and a lot of the people in the fire service are very helpful. They get you prepared for the interviews. They have a bunch of tips on the hiring process, and I say to just get out there and talk to the people that are actually doing it. The people that are out there on the line, go do fire station visits, come and talk to the guys and girls about what it's like to be a firefighter, how to get involved. One thing that I tell a lot of new candidates is take some classes. There's like fire science courses that you can take to kind of get you more involved into the fire service. And what helped me too was I actually took a fire science interview class, because that's one of the big things about the fire process is being able to interview well and to be able to show yourself and show who you are. I took a class back home where I'm from. I took a fire science interview class, and this class helped me out a bunch. It was a retired BC, and he basically went over how to answer the questions to become a firefighter and the interview process, and being able to show all your attributes and what you can bring to the table to a department. So that class helped me out a bunch, because I mean, it was, you sat in front of a class and the chief was like, all right, I'm going to ask you some questions, and you have literally a class of 30 just staring at you. So it got you used to the interview world, because when I was sitting up front of the class, I was like kind of nervous, but kind of not. But it was just, that's how it's going to be in your real interview in the fire service. There's going to be a panel of people. There's going to be chiefs, captains, firefighters right in front of you, and they're going to ask you questions of like like questions such as like, what have you done to prepare yourself for the fire service? So that interview class helped me out a bunch, like especially going through interviews, a bunch of interviews. It helped me kind of get my feet wet and get into the mode of to actually doing a real fire interview, because there's certain ways you answer the questions and certain ways that you kind of like sell yourself to the department, telling them like, why you? Why should we choose you to become part of our fire department? So that helped out a bunch. I was taking that fire interview class. So it's not on our website, but I will tell candidates to try to find an avenue of taking a fire interview class of some sort. I took it at a junior college. It was a fire science course. So I encourage people to get used to doing interviews, because once you get to that point of doing your captain's interviews, your chief's interviews, that's what's going to get you. That's what's going to set you apart from the other candidates. And just to reiterate what I was talking about, just get involved with the communities, and just show people that you're here to help, because that's what we do every day. Okay. Last question. Yep. All right, this is the last question. Does your department have programs to help bridge the gap when trying to get into the department? Such as like a cadet program, Women's Prep Academy, Girls Empowerment Camp, such as. San Jose, we actually have a Fire Explorer program. So it's an Explorer program for kids in high school from the age of 16 to 18 that they can sign up on our website, sanjoseca.gov. They could register and sign up on that website, and we have actual firefighters on the line that teach the Explorers. They meet, I believe it's I think a few Saturdays of a month. They teach. They're there to teach recruits or future firefighters like what to expect in the interview, what to expect on the line, throwing the ladder, pulling the hose line, just doing everything that's involved with the fire service. And this Explorer program helps out a bunch of kids in high school from the ages of 16 to 18. And once you get in that program, when you're in high school, about 16 or 18, you can stay in the program as long as till you're 21, actually. And this program helps out, like I said, it gets you prepared for the fire service, especially there has been a lot of Explorers that we actually, San Jose Fire has hired from the Explorer, because it's actually us, San Jose personnel, teaching these Fire Explorers to what to expect to become a firefighter and different tips. And we also have a women's boot camp. It's actually on our website, sanjoseca.gov. It's a women's boot camp to encourage women to join the fire service, to see what it's like to pull a hose, to throw a ladder, to get more involvement. The application, I believe, it opens up April 29th of this month, and the women's boot camp starts on May 14th. So application opens April 29th, and then the boot camp is Saturday, May 14th. So check out our website, sanjoseca.gov, and that's where you can register. I believe they are taking 75 people that sign up, and there's also a waiting list. So if you can't get on the actual list of 75 personnel, there's actually a waiting list, and all the information is on sanjoseca.gov. And that's where you're going to have the information on signing up for those different programs. I encourage people to check out our website to see what different opportunities we have at San Jose. And like I said, I love our department, San Jose Fire. I mean, we're here to work. We show up every day, and it's a great city to work for. Everybody there is a family. Everybody takes you in. Everybody takes care of you, and we look out for one another. And that's one of the best things I can say about San Jose in general. And let's see. And I believe that's my last question. Yeah. So come out, enjoy the day. It's a nice day today, and we got different departments out here to learn from. And San Jose, we are out here too. So come out and check us out.
I just had it in my head that I'm going to do this no matter what it took. It was just chipping away one class at a time, not looking how far away my goal was, but just taking it one step at a time. They say the only way to move a mountain is one rock at a time. So that's what I was doing. And when I was applying for fire departments, every time I got told no, I just refused to take that as an answer, and I applied somewhere else, and I applied somewhere else. And I actually was in the process with Vacaville, got almost to the end. I was in backgrounds, and they said, we're gonna go with somebody else. And they told me no. A couple of years later, I came back. They liked that I was persistent, and they gave me the opportunity. The only person who doesn't get hired with the fire department is the person who stops trying. So if you're lacking in the physical fitness category, just start working at it little by little, and before you know it, with a good diet and consistent exercise, you don't have to kill yourself and work yourself to death, but just doing a little bit every day and getting better a little bit every day, eventually you're gonna move that mountain and you'll be ready. And like I said, here in Vacaville, you don't have to be, a top level athlete. We will get you to where you need to be. So as long as you're trying, we're gonna help you and we'll get you right where you need to be.
Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. I am here today with the Stockton Fire Department. Could you go ahead and introduce yourself and give us your name, your rank, how long you've been with Stockton, and how long you've just been in the fire service in general?
My name is Brody Keene. I'm a firefighter at Stockton Fire Department. I've been with Stockton for about 2 years now, and I've been in the fire service for about 5 to 6, probably closer to 6, 7 years.
Very nice. Okay, and what brought you into the fire service initially?
So I kind of have one of those kid stories. When I was about 5 years old, growing up in Hayward, my neighbor's house burned down. Got to see them work in action, didn't think I could ever be able to do it, and then lo and behold, when I was like 16 or 17, I found out there was an Explorer program with my local fire department, Livermore Pleasanton, got in that, and then it kind of just accelerated from there. So that's kind of the origin story, and then took off.
And so what made you choose Stockton? We have 25 departments here, and you're representing Stockton. How did you end up with Stockton?
So we're a super diverse department. We were actually founded in 1850. Probably one of the oldest department here, if not one of the oldest. We're diverse in the sense of the amount of the work that we do. We have a heavy rescue, a water rescue, a hazmat. We have 13, we have 13 stations, 13 engines, 3 trucks, soon to be 4 trucks coming into the department. We have a high call volume as well. So that definitely influenced me to go there. But talking to some of the firefighters there, what really influenced me is that a lot of them are super hardworking. They care about having a family and just performing at a super high level. I like to pride myself on working for Stockton because I know anywhere we go, we perform at an extremely high level compared to other departments. So it's nice to have this on my chest. It's nice to know that I can perform at that high level as well.
No competition or anything. Stockton's just super great. So are you involved with any of those specialties? You listed off so many of them.
Yeah. So I was halfway through getting my heavy rescue. The department is super good at paying for what we do. They'll pay for time off, they'll pay for the class, and pay for the lodging as well. So I've gone to Chico several times. We'll put them on in-house as well. I'm actually currently in the paramedic program, so we have scholarships, the department pays for it, so my school is flat out paid for. All I gotta do is find trades, and then I'll get the pay bump as being a paramedic in Stockton and just be happy. So eventually I'll move on to some of the more specialties, but right now I'm just focused on my paramedic.
I mean, that's such a great deal, to have your department covering your paramedic school, which means, you don't have to be a paramedic to apply, it sounds like.
Right. I know. I definitely started as an EMT. All we really want is somebody with good moral standing and who's going to work their butt off. 100% you have to work your butt off to work here, but after you get past that academy, you get past that probation, this is the best. I will scream it from the rooftops. This is the best department to work for, and I'm telling you why right now. That's the way it is.
All right, we have a rooftop. I think we have a ladder truck somewhere.
I'll climb it. Put me up there.
So, what are the minimum requirements to apply?
Minimum requirements. So obviously 18 years old, EMT. If you have a few other certs, that's fine. That will definitely help out. Our next application process opens in August. We just finished interviews. I would recommend try and get some, if you're interested at all, show up, call a station a little beforehand, suit and tie, resumes, feel it out. We have a lot of, we're going through a huge generational thing right now, so we have a lot of young people that are super willing to help, super willing to, put their foot forward for you. So it's in the best interest to come by and say what's up, bring some cookies, joke around with the guys. So we're always willing to help anybody to come through.
Do you have any advice for people going through the hiring process? Anything you wish you knew when you were applying?
Yeah, it's a long process. It's a long, sad process, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. The people who don't make it are the ones who quit, so definitely keep going in any department that you're pursuing. I would hope that you would pursue Stockton, but if you want to pursue something else, keep going. That goal is always there. You have to keep driving. There is no stopping. Always bettering yourself every day. I did several different programs. I started off in a BLS ambulance in San Leandro, then I bumped to Cal Fire for 3 years. I was also volunteering in the wintertime, getting more certifications, more this, that, and the other. I was complacent with where I was at. I felt great. I was on a bulldozer at Cal Fire. It was awesome. But then I sat down and made departments that appealed to me. Personally, Stockton was number one. I was grateful enough to go through the interview. I'm talking to you passionately right now how I talked in the interview. I sold them on why I want to be a Stockton firefighter. And I didn't get lucky. There's a little bit of talent there, but I did get lucky and I did get picked up. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity right now.
That's great. Okay, so next time you're up for a promotion, just use a clip from this interview. Be like, I really love your guys' department, please. For you, you said you were here about 2 years, right? So
yeah, just about a little under 2 years.
Okay, so you just recently got out of probation then,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And what was that like?
It was hard. It's nothing easy comes in this job, period, and our probation's no different. However, I will say I did feel super rewarding on probation. The amount of training like I said, we operated at an extremely high level, so the training was unmatched. Everybody was down to train, down to help you out. If you have questions, you can ask a senior captain. I prefer you go through the ranks, but if you sat down and asked that senior captain a genuine question, they're going to sit down and give you a genuine answer. So I felt that I had the utmost of training. Probation does suck, but after you accomplish that hill, it's the best job you can ever have, period. Nothing beats it, for sure.
So what was the day-to-day like for probation?
Day-to-day, getting up early, making the coffee, making sure the radios are changed, you're going back in. Usually train, some captains are a little harder, so you might train twice a day, get a morning training in, pull some lines somewhere. Something I see we do different from other departments is we go out in the city and we pull lines. We pull up to an 8-story building, hey, I need a line in service, 4th floor. That's awesome, and the people are so supportive. They will come out and say, they will say what's up, they'll tell you little buildings about, little parts about that building. For example, we had a drill at a building, 5-story building, pull it to the top. All right, cool. About a month later, we get a fire at that same building. I'm tasked with pulling the line to the 3rd story. I know the stairwell, I know this door, I know everything that I already did. Super high competency, line pull went no problem. It looks really good on probation. I think that's where we excel past a lot of other departments. We're always out training, we're always out learning. It is a lot. It is a lot to go home and study on your 4-day, but you're learning so much about the job, and it's definitely the best place to learn about it.
I love that. That seems so cool. I like the fact, too, you were like, I was in this building like a few weeks ago, so.
Same building, same staircase. It was awesome.
I feel like that's a testament to how prepared you guys are and like how much you guys work to be prepared.
100%. I will speak on the fact that we do have an extremely high call volume per engine compared to a lot of other departments, but we also run a lot of fire, so that gives us a lot of experience on, hey, we should go train on this because this didn't work at this fire. And then sometimes the buildings burn again. So same building, all right, cool. You have a better plan to go pay it forward and provide us higher level of service for the people of Stockton at the end of the day.
And then could you repeat again, when are you guys hiring next?
We're going to be open in August, but we just had an interview process close. We did not allow station visits this last interview process. So if you're somewhat interested in Stockton, I would recommend calling a Stockton, some station, coming by, dressed professionally, bring ice cream, cookies, something to that standard, and start asking questions about our next process, because as soon as those interviews start, we might shut the station visits down again. So it's good to get your face out there and really see if this is the department for you. I think it's great for everybody. Like I said, this is the best department in my opinion. However, if you come through and you feel this isn't for you, that's totally okay too. So it's definitely a good way to get your foot in the door in the fire service in general and the foot in the door at the best department here.
I mean, that sounds great to me.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for talking to me today. And I hope you have a great time talking to the many candidates that are here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this process. Cool.
First of all, any experience that you get is going to be useful. So whether it's EMT, whether it's fire courses, The way I look at it is set yourself up with multiple baskets. You have the basket of the EMT, you have the basket of your fire classes or fire technology courses, you have the basket of interacting with different organizations and programs out there that can help build you up. So the more baskets you can fill, the better off you will be. So every day should be the thought of, I'm bettering myself for the job, I'm bettering myself for the job. And then when you do have the opportunity to get hired, those skills and training that you put time into will pay off.
And so we are back here with another department. We have Natalie from LA County Fire Department, from the LA County Fire Department.
Thank you.
Oh, we're so happy to have you here.
Appreciate it. Thank you for the invitation.
All right. Well, thank you. Can you tell the people a bit about your journey into the fire service? How'd you know you wanted to be a firefighter?
Actually, it's a funny story. Actually, it's a funny story. I met my husband, who was then my boyfriend, and he saw me. He said, hey, I think you'd be a great fit for the fire service. And by this time, I was already in my mid-20s. I had never seen a female firefighter, whether on TV or in person. And he already worked for Los Angeles County Fire Department. So he said, hey, I know a couple. He introduced me to one. I did a couple ride-outs, and within a matter of hours, I knew that this is where I wanted to be for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Shout out to the people in our lives who see things in us that we don't necessarily see at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in banking, so I didn't even know about the transition to the fire service, but it definitely fit who I was, my personalities, my moral values, so it was where I wanted to be.
And now you're here, and also I want you to know that when it comes to our demographic, the ones watching, the ones that will see this at a later date, and all the hundreds of people that are here today at your table and everywhere else, a huge demographic of our audience is made up of people that are stepping out on fear, coming from a career, transitioning to another one, and making that leap like you already did.
Yeah, you know, it was a big transition, essentially from a corporate world into the fire service. And so when I ended up doing it, it just fit who I was. I loved being outdoors. I loved helping people. I loved doing things. And so just being stuck behind a desk, punching in numbers was not for me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, just know that there's someone watching right now who exactly what you just said, that resonates. You're speaking directly to them.
Well,
so
you know, I'm talking to you guys. You guys have the opportunity, no matter where you are in your career, if you don't like what you're doing, to go ahead and make that switch.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you get to a place like the LA County Fire Department with the amazing admin team that you all have that works so hard behind the scenes. Talk about some of the specialties that exist at your department.
So, you know, Los Angeles County is a very large department, so we do have programs like the paramedic program. We also have hazmat program, the USAR program. We have flight medics, so there's, you know, with the department, you're able to find your niche. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And that's so important as you grow and just evolve within your career. You were telling me just a moment ago, you were the beneficiary of some of these programs. So talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. So when I joined, about 2 years into it, I said, hey, I want to become a paramedic. And they sent me to paramedic school. I ended up becoming a paramedic and serving the lovely city of Inglewood, California, which is where I grew up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm able to save lives, and it just is an amazing feeling that you get.
Beautiful. And you're also involved in hazmat as well, right?
Absolutely. So when I promoted, I go, hey, what else can I do to go ahead and further my education and my advancement in my career? And so I looked at the hazardous materials program, and I went to school for that as well. And so now I can work on the hazmat team.
Okay, and I mean, this is incredible. And then also, can you talk about because, you know, watching today, and this is really for candidates that want to get on with your department, do you have any bridge programs or like maybe explorers, boot camps, things like that, where candidates can get involved themselves?
Yes, we do. Actually, we have for the youth, we have the Explorer program on the fire side, and then we also have the junior lifeguard program for the lifeguard side. We have a girls camp that's offered biannually. So we do have those programs for the youth, and then for the adults, we offer the Women's Fire League, and we also have the Women's Lifeguard Prep Academy.
Okay, and I think you went to one of those, right?
I did. I actually went to the very first woman prep academy back in 2016. I was fortunate enough to get picked up a couple months later, so those programs do work. I'm living proof of that. Yes.
Can you say that one more time?
I am living proof of that. I benefited from that, and I'm so grateful.
Incredible. Okay. So big question, the question. So you all are hiring. So candidates have come, they went to the website, they've learned about your department, they've maybe joined some of your bridge programs. What can they do to apply in your next recruitment?
So we're opening applications on April 15th. You need to be the age of 18, have a valid driver's license, have either your GED or high school diploma, have your EMT, your CPAP, and have the written FCTC test.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, incredible. Thank you for keeping it so clear. And so where can candidates go to find out more? Is there a website they can go to if they have questions or anything like that?
Yes, they can go ahead and go to hr.lacounty.gov, and they can give more information.
All right, let's hear that one more time for the people in the back.
hr.lacounty.gov.
There we go. Beautiful smile, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's been so fun sitting down talking to you. Thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate your time. Thank you for the invitation. We'd love to be here.
FCTC Online has a brand new feature. As of right now, you're able to see right away if you're on the statewide eligibility list. Some key things to keep in mind to ensure that you stay on that list is a valid driver's license, your CPAC card, your general education or diploma, as well as a passing score on your written. You can schedule events online through your event management tab. If you need to reschedule, you can do it all from your dashboard.
Alrighty, hello everybody. I am Stella. I am with the communications team. I am here with the San Francisco Fire Department. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. Thank you.
And then can you guys introduce yourself and say your name, your rank, and how long you've been in the fire service and how long you've been in San Francisco?
My name is Matt Silva. I'm a lieutenant with the San Francisco Fire Department. I've been with San Francisco for just shy of 10 years and about 20 years in the fire service.
My name is Sukai Curtis-Contreras. I'm a single function paramedic for the San Francisco Fire Department, and I've been here a little over 7 years.
Very cool. And so what brought you guys into the fire service initially?
I was working as a bartender for a very long time, and there was a point in time where all of my customers were paramedics, EMTs, firefighters. They eventually had me do some ride-alongs with them. I had a great time, and I just never looked back.
For me, something I wanted to do since I was a kid. So as soon as I graduated high school, I just took steps towards following my dream of becoming a firefighter.
Very cool. Okay, so what made you guys choose San Francisco? What's keeping you guys in San Francisco? What do you love about your department?
San Francisco, it's a great place to work. I think what brought me there, I've always wanted to work for a large municipal fire department. It's the call volume, the diversity of calls that we get in the city, and I think what keeps me there is the people, like-minded individuals who like to go to work, have fun, and help people out.
And what brought me to San Francisco, I did paramedic school at City College in San Francisco. So that means I did my paramedic school there, I did my internship there. Being out on the streets in San Francisco, I didn't want to leave. It was super fun. I wanted to stay there. I love working in San Francisco because it's one of very few departments that have EMS as a separate division. I'm a single function paramedic, meaning I'm not a firefighter. I'm a paramedic on the ambulance. I don't do burning buildings, I don't do high ladders, I don't do any of that dangerous stuff. And I'm very lucky to have that because I still have the family part of the fire department and doing the paramedicine that I like.
I'm sure all your loved ones were grateful to hear that you weren't running into burning buildings. What makes San Francisco a good place for new firefighters specifically, or people just entering, you know, as a paramedic perchance?
We have a great training program where you're not just thrown out there into the Wild Wild West. You're working with somebody who's experienced. You go through a pretty good academy that makes sure that you are able to perform as a competent and functional paramedic. And then throughout your year of probation, you are watched, you are evaluated, and any issues that you're having, you'll be corrected on them.
Yeah, in addition to what Sukai said, on the suppression side of things, we are an accredited local academy, so we put every new firefighter that comes into our fire department through a pretty rigorous 20-week fire academy to ensure that they are competent on the basic skill set that's going to, keep them safe and be a contributing member to the team when they get out in the field. Once they're out in the field, they continue their training during their first year of probation. In addition to that, throughout the year, our department offers numerous different specialized training classes, anywhere from technical rescue, surf rescue. We have a helicopter rescue technician program. We have search dog program. So there's a wide variety of things that people can do to improve themselves and their skills and abilities.
Nice. Okay, and when are you guys hiring next?
We currently are hiring. The San Francisco Fire Department uses the FCTC test. So you have to take the FCTC, you have to have your CPAT, and you also need to apply through the San Francisco's Human Resources Division through their website and have an application on file with the city as well. We currently have an academy on both the fire suppression and the EMS divisions. And I believe that there's upcoming academies later this year also.
I'll just add that we're always hiring. I believe the EMS division is trying to have 2 academies a year right now. There's more information. It's sf-fire.org/join. That'll have all the information there for you.
Awesome. Do you guys have any advice for people who are, San Francisco can be a destination department for some, like someone who's been dreaming of this?
If you go on that website I just mentioned, sf-fire.org/join, it'll have all your minimum qualifications to apply. And as soon as you meet those minimum qualifications, put in your application. It's a long process, so why not start now?
Additionally, I would say that if it is a long-term goal of yours, don't give up. It requires sacrifices, but the sacrifices now will definitely pay in the end.
Alrighty, anything else you guys want candidates to know? Maybe that you love San Francisco, working there. All right, well, thank you so much for being here today. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
During the pandemic, we know that we couldn't host an in-person Firefighter Career Expo, and so with that, we came up with the idea of spotlighting a specific department, really highlighting the hiring process, the people, their services and specialties, the next time that they're hiring, and candidates could actually ask the questions that they would have asked at an expo.
Welcome to another episode of Recruitment in the Spotlight.
We have room for up to 250 young folks to be a part of our cadet program.
All right, everyone. We're here to go ahead and close it out. We want to thank each of you so much for sticking around with us, learning all this information. Our hope is that you heard something that inspired you to either come on down to the expo, go to these different fire department websites, continue on our own website and just learning more information about the process, applying, and just kind of moving on. And so we tried to show you an array of different firefighters with different experiences at different points in their career with a range of backgrounds, because we know that that represents you. We know that each of you have a wide range of different backgrounds. Maybe you're stepping out on fear and trying something new. And so with that, we hope that you learned a lot of good information. Please go ahead and look into our academies. We have 3. Cal-JAC has 3 academies. They're 2 EMT, 1 paramedic. 2 of the EMT academies are happening. Applications for all 3 are happening now. Applications are open. We have an EMT academy happening in San Diego. The deadline to apply for that is May 12th. We want you to go ahead, go on the website, get your application in. We also have Sacramento. We want you to get your application in for that as well. And then we have the Paramedic Academy, and this is happening down in Southern California, and this is in partnership with LA County Fire Department. So again, applications are open for each. We have information sessions coming up. If you have questions, we really want you to go and join us this Thursday, April 11th. We will be hosting an information session, and so this will be live on TikTok. It'll also be on Instagram. Go ahead and join us there if you have questions. Bring any concerns you have about the program. Maybe you started the application and you just haven't submitted it yet. We totally get that. You don't have much time, so we want to encourage you to go ahead and get your applications in. People are already hearing back about next steps of the process. Okay. Also, we want you to know that on this platform, we are continually developing new content for you. We want to keep it fresh. Okay. And so with that, join us and save this date, May 30th. We'll be sitting down with Vallejo Fire Department. We're so excited to do a recruitment in the spotlight episode with them. And so this is your opportunity, if you couldn't make it today, to get your questions answered live. So they'll be in studio. You can send in your questions. You can join at that time. They are going to be really, really excited to sit down and talk with you. In addition to the recruitment in the spotlight episode, we also have a series called Candid Conversations. And this is where we sit down and we have some of the more intimate, maybe some of the harder conversations that people don't talk about all the time. And so with that, we want you to check out this content as well. And so this lives right on the Becoming a Firefighter platform. We did a conversation with Black women in the fire service where we learned about their journey into the fire service. We learned about their time, their tenure as a firefighter, and just navigating that whole process and how they've been able to change their own life and, of course, the lives around them. So join us for that conversation. And also, we want you to know that if maybe you couldn't make it today, maybe you're considering starting a family, maybe you're considering, how do I balance a family along with the workload of a firefighter? How do I do that? We did an episode centering family. Really, really centering being a parent as a firefighter. How do you balance the two? And so we sat down with some firefighters that happen to be mothers also, believe that, moms that fight fire. And so that was an amazing conversation. We'll be releasing that in honor of Mother's Day. So check that out as well. And again, there's so much more that's coming. So just keep an eye out on the website. As always, like, subscribe, tell a friend, encourage them to do the same. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Peace out, everyone.